Ladies and gentlemen, the American cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Well, Trump got hit with a $355 million verdict from Engeron. Latita James is happier than hell. It's unfreaking believable. It is such a joke, folks. It is such a joke. If Trump wasn't running for president, do you think this would have ever happened? Hell no. How many companies do you think are in the same position as Trump and have never had these type of things brought against them? It's incredible. Meanwhile, Trump went to SneakerCon, where he launched a $399 pair of shoes. The first pair was auctioned off for $9,000. The first 1,000 sold out. So there's $300,000. So we'll see what happens with Trump and his sneakers. It says no surrender on it. I'm going to be candid with you. I'm going to get a pair of them. All right, Minnesota police officers. 2 were killed and an EMT was injured in a shootout. Pictured here, their names. God bless them. Trucker strike. This is great. Truckers have said they're not going to truck stuff to New York City and New York because of what went down. I don't know how you keep your job if you do that, but it would be hilarious if this thing actually hurt New York. Because, by the way, it's going to hurt New York. More on that later. Rural hospitals are at risk of shutting down, over 100 of them across, or 1,500 of them, I heard, across the country. This is scary stuff, especially if you live in a rural area. My producer, Sabrina, lives in Pendleton County, a rural county south of Campbell County. All right? The closest hospital that she has is Harrison County Memorial. Small little hospital, but they can do basic stuff, right? Just think if Harrison Memorial closed. Jeez, oh Pete, she's 2 hours from a hospital. I don't know how you live in that place. All right, Jim Biden. Jim Biden was apparently lobbying healthcare companies, little money, dropping Joe's name. This guy's a gangster, full-blown gangsters. The White House says they're going to do a checkup of old Joe Biden, but guess what they're leaving out of his physical? A cognitive test. Why? Because you know you'd flunk it. Can you imagine if they actually did a cognitive test and then it leaked? Would that be great? Oh, my goodness. Elon Musk stock in Tesla's now worth $120 billion. Elon just keeps on trucking. Jeff Bezos sold another $2 billion of Amazon. Folks, think about this. Buffett selling stocks. Bezos selling stock. Zuckerberg building bunkers. These guys know what's going down. They're going to be cash rich. Hochul, the governor of New York, says, don't worry about it, New York, this Trump thing. Why? Because it isn't about anybody but Trump. I tell you right now, why would you ever want to begin? If you've already got a business going and you're there, you're stuck. It's like me doing plaintiff's personal injury work. If I knew I was going to do plaintiff's personal injury work, I should go to the Miami, New York, Chicago, LA area. Those kind of states. It's where you want to be. Or a southern state. You don't want to be in Cincinnati. But if you're born and raised here, it's hard to leave. So if you got a business already going in New York, it's going to be tough to leave it. But I don't know why you'd ever want to start a business there. And if you could move it, why wouldn't you want to? Alexei Navalny. This was the biggest rival of Putin. He shows up in court and then he's found dead. He's being kept at like an Arctic Circle place. Now, you ready for this? Drum roll. This is sad, but it's also funny. They said that he died, Sabrina, from sudden death syndrome. Sudden death syndrome, like a bullet? Strangled, poisoned, sudden death. What the hell's sudden death syndrome?
I was wondering.
Think about all the things that can cause sudden death. Boom, knock in the head. This guy was murdered. Come on. Murdered. Jimmy Carter spent 1 year in hospice. You know, usually go in hospice, you're going in to die. Not Jimmy. He's 99 years old and keep on trucking. Energy wave. That's what we found out Russia has. Russia has got some energy wave they can launch from space and go boom and blow us all apart. Lay's and Pepsi are off the shelf of a European grocery store because their prices are too high. Best Buy has 1,500 stores. They're closing 20, and the CEO says, look for more to come. Candace Owens went after Kelsey for his behavior smoking a joint with Taylor Swift. Go fund Trump. They've actually started a fund to go fund me Trump to pay his $350. I'm sorry, folks. That's you ain't gonna get there. 2 arrested in the Kansas City parade shooting. 2 young black men. Apparently, this was a black feud. They said one guy was running, shooting behind him, just shooting sporadically. That's why it all went down. 2 thugs. 2 thugs. By the way, the mayor of Kansas City is saying that it's a dog whistle for race because they're 2 black thugs. Really? What if they were white supremacists? What would you be saying, Kansas City mayor? And Fannie Willis, Fannie, whatever her name is, dead, testified Friday. It was hysterical. Explain why you keep cash. Nike also cutting jobs, 1,500 jobs. Joe finally visited East Palestine, Ohio after a year. Little too late, Joe. White House drug use apparently is rampant. You realize White House actually has their own pharmacy? Why the hell does the White House need their own pharmacy? And apparently all those people working the West Wing partake. Hey, man, can I have some Xanax? I wonder how much they get Cialis and Vicodin and all those kind of drugs. What do you think, Sabrina? Do you think Joe Biden needs Cialis or Cialis or Viagra?
Anti-zombie medicine.
Anti-zombie medicine. All right, this is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Local News. You know what? Nothing good happens after 11, 12 o'clock at night. You ever notice that these things always happen late at night? Well, on early Sunday morning, 12:44 a.m., this guy right here appeared with a firearm banging on a door at the 600 block of Redwood Court and shot a woman multiple times. Police say Brett Owens, 41, was taken into custody. He's been charged with 1 count of felony assault and 1 count of attempted murder. The mayor of Sturgis has resigned. Ongoing battle. The Kentucky Supreme Court issued a ruling, though, then he said, I give up and resign. Jeff Pastor reported to federal prison on Friday. Feel bad for the guy, but he got mixed up in it all, and it all fell in. Boone County, led by Boone County Judge Executive Gary Moore, led a town hall meeting where everybody got to come and tell the commissioners and the judge executive everything they wanted to say. And a lot of it was focused on development. Too much development in Boone County. All right, in Kentucky, the 300,000 people. I attended this when I was a little kid with my dad, brothers. Farm Machinery Show down in Louisville. It was the National Farm Machinery Show. A lot of cool stuff. It'd be fun to go and check it out. All right, statues in Kentucky. The Kentucky legislature is passing a law that says you can't remove statues without legislative approval. Won't be long, the governor will have no power in the state of Kentucky. In Nelson County, they packed a district courtroom to raise hell about what's going on in the Nelson County schools relative to some mergers and some closings. Good luck, all you parents. And Ford and UAW and Ford in Kentucky is thinking about striking. You know, we're going to strike, and then they said they're going to lay off people, and now there's going to be another strike. The battle commences. In Ohio news, all the big children's hospitals got together, and they're calling it the Midwest Pediatric Device Consortium because there's not enough pediatric devices for kids. What does this mean? Hooking up with corporate health care to make some more money. Unbelievable. And there's a new record in Ohio. You ready for this? 150 miles per hour. Someone was traveling. You ready for the punchline? It was somebody on a motorcycle. Can you imagine going 150 on a motorcycle? Wow. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. We got lots to cover on this Monday, including the NBA All-Star Game. 212 to 188. They scored 400 points, folks. No defense. NBA All-Star, Damian Lillard, who scored 38 points, was the MVP. University of Kentucky Saturday winning Auburn, 8-point underdog, and came away with an 11-point win. Hell of a win. They played great defense. Ohio State upset number 2 Purdue, 73-69 under their interim coach. Big win. NASCAR. All the teams have hired a big shot antitrust lawyer to take on NASCAR because none of them are making any money. Daytona 500 got suspended Saturday, Sunday. Guess what? They're going to try to do it today. Jamal Hill, one of the biggest racists in the country, disagrees with Shaq that Caitlin Clark's the greatest college basketball player of all time, which is fine. But we know why Jamal Hill doesn't think Caitlin Clark is the greatest basketball player of all time. The Oakland A's have been told by Vegas, go back to Oakland. So the A's are back bagging money for Oakland. Clemson swept the Xavier baseball team 3 straight games to open the season here in Cincinnati. Dale Earnhardt Sr. died 23 years ago yesterday. Sad day in history. Very sad day. All right. McCarron has signed with the St. Louis Battlehawks. He's a UFL quarterback, I guess, now. And the Chiefs parade. You ready for this? Bad example. They're getting very poor marks the way the players acted. Why do you got to get drunk? Can't you be joyous the fact you won the Super Bowl? Why do you got to get drunk at a public parade, too? I don't get it. Steve McMichael, Chicago Bears, is in the hospital, had a blood transfusion. He was just recently inducted in the Hall of Fame, has ALS. University of Cincinnati Bearcats beat the University of Central Florida. Super Bowl streaker, you ready for this? He bet $10,000, Sabrina, there'd be a streaker. Then he went out and streaked to make sure he won his bet. That was one smart cookie. No wonder he paid $1 million for a Rolls Royce in cash. All right, Lefty Driesell, Hall of Fame, basketball coach. He was the coach at Maryland when Bias died. He is one of 2 coaches who have 100 wins at 4 different colleges. He's 93 years old. This guy right here got hit 7 times by pitches in a doubleheader. Hit 7 times. What was he doing? Standing on the plate? Paul Skeens, the hotshot Pittsburgh Pirates second-year pitcher, guess what? He threw it so hard he broke his teammate's glove. Can't make this up. Kittle's folly. Yep, good old Kittle. You know what he did? He's saying hi to this guy. Guess what? That's the guy that recovered the fumble. Kittle. Tiger Woods had to be carted off the course because he couldn't handle it, got hurt. I don't know, the guy keeps trying to play. Stephen A. Smith was playing in the celebrity basketball game. Guess what? He had to go to the hospital. He got hurt. I think Micah Parsons was guarding him. And Paul Gunther, the former defensive coordinator of the Cincinnati Bengals, is joining Mike Zimmer for the Dallas Cowboys. He's going to be the run defense coach. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Pop Culture. Well, the Bob Harley movie, One Love, $50 million its opening weekend, was a great movie. I saw it. People's Choice. Well, let me see. Jennifer Aniston won for the morning show. And let me see. There was an Icon Award for Adam Sandler. And, of course, all the ladies got all dressed up. John Schneider says Beyonce getting the country music's like a dog peeing on all your trees. Speaking of pee, scientists say they can get cobalt off our pee. You watch. They're going to be starting to, we're going to save all our pee and make money selling it for cobalt. Disgusting. But you never know. Maybe it's going to be a money maker.
It's not like Korea's doing
their poop. That's right. Pee over poop. 250 million people on the moon alleged by a CIA pilot. Yeah, right. You believe the stuff that people are saying these days? Chuck Norris is suing 11 drug companies for his wife for making her sick. You go, Chuck. Brian Wilson's been diagnosed with dementia. Always sad. Chaz says Cher's not welcome to his wedding. Remember how cute Chastity was, a little girl? Now she's Chaz. Now she don't want nothing to do with Cher. Snoop Dogg's brother died. He's only 44 years old. Was involved with his business. His name was Bing. And Cassidy Pope is leaving country music. Says she just doesn't feel right anymore. She got criticized for her criticism of Wallen. She's not the first one to leave. She's following the other young lady that left. Blackberry Smoke's coming out with a new album. Why am I promoting this? Because I love Blackberry Smoke. Kid Rock's dad, God bless him, passed away. 30,000 monkeys are going to be used in experiments in a farm in Georgia. I say let's free the monkeys. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.